one of the great traditions we've seen here over the last few years is the shirts off their backs after the spring game. Why was that important to you to continue that?
Well, when it was brought to my attention, I thought it was a great idea. I've never been a part of anything like this before, and to see that happen, to see our military, our armed forces here, and the flyover and everything, that was impressive. I know for me personally, being able to receive the flag, that was huge. I made sure I gripped that flag really tight. I wasn't letting it go. It wasn't going to fall in my hands, but that was special. And again, that was something different, something new to me, but it meant a lot, and especially all they do for us. We couldn't play this great game of football without them looking over this country and taking care of this country. So I really appreciate everything. And again, it's just a great day. I thought it's a great tradition to have and to continue.
Willie, when you came in here, you said you wanted to bring in guys who were going to come in and steal the jobs from some of the returning starters or compete to take those jobs. Mm-hmm. Kind of looking and evaluating the spring, how do you think that some of the veterans returning starters did in terms of competing for their jobs? I mean, you look at today's game and a lot of guys who are coming back were the guys who stood out like Carrington and Benoit, et cetera, et cetera.
I thought those guys did well. I thought by having the competition, it made us better as a football team. And you've seen it throughout spring. And when I talk about getting better, that's one of the things, learning to compete, and competing for jobs, competing every day you go out. And when you compete like that every day, it helps us get better. And I've seen it. I've seen it. Arian Spring had a fantastic spring, and he started off slow. But as we got going every day, he was making plays. He'll do something different and make a play for us, and it continued in every scrimmage we've had, and it continued today. Darren has been great for us, making plays and doing the things he needs to do. And again, you see it throughout, but that competition is going to continue. Again, because we're not where we need to be as a football team, and this off season, when the coaches aren't around, I mean, that's part of the evaluation as well. And again, who's going to work on their craft when we're not around? We want guys that's passionate about getting better and making this football team better. And then we're going to get the freshmen in here in the fall and get them opportunity to compete for a job as well. So that competition is not over yet. We got some pretty talented freshmen coming in here, and we're going to get them an opportunity to compete as well. So our veteran guys got to continue to work. And they got to do one heck of a job this offseason, just continue to get better, continue to hold each other accountable, and work on their craft.
Can you talk about Darren Carrington's performance today and his performance throughout the spring?
It's kind of what we all expect of him. I got here and everyone talked about he have so much talent, and I think we all know that. And he's a gamer. He's one of those guys that love to play the game of football. He loves to compete. And if we can have a team full of Darren Carrington when it comes to competing and playing the game, we'll have one hell of a football team, But the kid love to go out there and compete. And I said it before, the spotlight does strange things to some people. Some people show up and show out. Some people go high. He's one of those guys that show up and show out, and we saw that today.
Jonsen is in the confessionals.
Kristen.
Looking over not just the spring game, but spring camp as a whole, how would you define or describe what you guys have gone through?
I guess maturing as a football team, and again, it was a lot of learning, not just from our players, but coaches as well. A lot of us haven't worked with each other. So learning to work with each other and coming together and following the plan, it's been good. And like I say, there haven't been any fight back. Haven't been any egos. It's just been guys coming out working every day to get better. And I can truly sit here today and say we got better as a football team, each and every day.
Willie, you said a couple times that you felt like it was a pretty major rebuilding project that you were taking on here. Do you still feel that way? See anything this spring that changed your mind about that at all?
Oh no, we're still building. Again, we're nowhere where we need to be as a football team yet. We have some good players. We don't have a lot of depth like we need to have. So that's going to be a work in progress. But the thing for us as coaches and what we're trying to do is just make our guys better than what they were before. If a guy wasn't good enough, we want to make him a little better than what he was before. If a guy was good, we want to make him great. So we're working throughout spring ball, and again, this summer is going to be critical. I mean, I think this is when the 2017 football team is really going to gel together. Is through this summer, this off season, where they can go out and work together. We got to get our guys to where they're doing that often, where they don't need the coaches to come out and push them to work to get better. We got to get our guys to where they make sacrifices for this football team in order to get better. And this offseason is going to be critical in seeing that.
Yeah, Coach, clearly we'd love to talk to true freshmen, can't talk to them. But can you indicate, or what's your gut feeling on which one of these guys can compete to play in the fall realistically? Is it Jordan there, a Reitmeyer, a McNeil?
I think Jordan has had an outstanding spring camp for us. For a kid to be a freshman and come in and compete the way he has, it's been awesome. And just watching how he's, not him, but how our team has gravitated to him. It says a lot to me just watching our team get around him. And it's a lot of by production is what he's doing out on the football field, and they all see the same thing. But I think a big part of it is just Jordan being Jordan. He's a great kid, and he's fun to be around, front, a great teammate, and he's a kid that's appreciative of having an opportunity to play college football, and he take advantage of it every single day. He comes in with the right attitude every single day, and he loves to compete. He loves to play football, and he's making plays out there, and that's been really impressive. And Darren's been making plays for it as well, and Jordan came in January, and Darren didn't come until March. So for him to get here in March and still be able to go out and compete and make some of the plays that he's doing says a lot about him as well. Well, those two stand out. Rutgers been doing a good job throughout spring ball. Again, it's still early. They still have, again, this off season. It's going to be big. I can't stress that enough on our guys getting better on this off season. Then we have training camp, and that's going to help all those freshmen. Is they went through spring ball now being able to go through the summer and working out, getting bigger and stronger. And then watching film of what they've done this spring, and then being able to they'll be able to come into training camp and compete a lot better than what they were able to do now. So, like I said, that competition is not over with now, and it's just only going to get better. It's just the beginning, if you ask me, and it's going to be so much better once we get back, and can't wait for that to see. But and they all understand how to do things now and what we're doing. You think about those kids, not only football, they're learning the university. They got to go to class and do those things and learn how to be a college student. So getting all that behind them is going to make life a lot easier for them once we come in the fall.